Either he is crazy or he is a liar. Both reasons is enough not to invite him to negotiation table.
Let's speak to Sergei Markov then, who is a Russian analyst and former advisor to Vladimir Putin. Mr. Markov, thank you for joining us. We've just heard details of a telephone call that's taken place today between Presidents Trump and Zelensky. Trump has described the call as fantastic and productive. And President Zelensky says the American side proposed an unconditional ceasefire on the front line, which President Zelensky has accepted. Will Russia do the same?
No, Russia will not accept unconditional ceasefire because Zelensky is lying. And it's clear for Russia that Vladimir Zelensky and Ukrainian regime, with backing of the Western countries such as Great Britain, France, Germany, and general European Union, will use ceasefire period for the preparation of Ukrainian army for the new period of war. Now Ukrainian army is some kind of crisis after collapse in Kursk region, which partly they occupy. And also, as you can see from the streets of Ukrainian cities, Ukrainians doesn't want to be mobilized to the Ukrainian army. They don't want to continue to fight against Russia.
Hang on, we actually have no evidence of that. Everything we hear from the citizens of Ukraine is that they want to continue this war and defeat Russia. Let's just stand up your statement here.
No. You just
Zelensky. Sorry, Sergei Markov. I need to return to your earlier point. You've called President Zelensky a liar. Can you back that up for us? Why is President Zelensky a liar?
President Zelensky is part of the Ukrainian regime. Russia already has experience of the two ceasefires with Ukrainian regime backed by Western countries. Is Minsk I agreement and Minsk II agreement.
But it was Russia, certainly in the case of Minsk, it was Russia who broke that ceasefire.
No, I think it's strange that you don't know the simple fact. The simple fact that leaders of France and Germany directly told that from the beginning of the negotiation about Minsk II, they didn't want to have a free and fair ceasefire, but want just to take time for the preparation of more strong Ukrainian army. They told about it. Just go to internet and to look at this. And it means that Russia absolutely sure that this ceasefire will be used by Western countries and for the preparation period.
Yes.
That's why. So make guarantees of the real ceasefire.
The line is a little bit unstable, but you're saying essentially the concern of Russia is that if there is a full 30-day ceasefire, that the troops in Ukraine under Zelensky will rearm themselves and re-prepare to go again. They have the same concern about Russia as well. So that goes both ways. I think we can agree. Look, this unconditional ceasefire on the front line is something the American side has proposed, according to Zelensky. Russia doesn't want to do that, and I wonder where that puts Russia, to say no to something proposed by the United States of America, by Donald Trump. Doesn't that put you in a tricky position?
Not. Russia, during long Russian history, Russia used to say no to different proposals from Western side. And you look, it's a very simple fact. Zelensky don't care about that Russia will use this period for more armament, but Russia care about this. That's why Russia suggested those conditions. And also, I think it's senseless to say who violated this ceasefire to you, but not to me. I can say it very clearly because I've been in Donetsk. I personally wake up during the night time because Donetsk city was shelled by Ukrainian army. It was many times. So don't ignore the fact. It's simple fact that it's exactly Ukrainian side absolutely responsible for the not stopping the war on Donbass during 8 years.
Well,
Vladimir Putin tried to make everything to stop this war, but only after
and you obviously, Sergei Markov, you obviously have your experience of this war, and I'm sure many people will point out that Russia's done their fair share of bombing and caused destruction too. You've called President Zelensky a liar. Let me just ask you this. In the Russia readout of the call between Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump last night, it said, this is in Russia's words, that Putin would immediately instruct his military to stop targeting Ukrainian energy infrastructure. But Russia struck overnight. So who is the liar in this situation?
I think there are some misunderstanding. Of course, it was impossible that Russia will stop attacking against Ukrainian energy and infrastructural object just unilaterally, without any agreement.
Well, he said immediately. He said in the Russia readout, it said Vladimir Putin has agreed to immediately instruct his military to stop targeting Ukrainian energy plants immediately. And yet you did not.
To stop, I would say, to stop preparation, he gives the order to make preparation for the stopping targeting Ukrainian.
It doesn't say that.
But can you? Sorry, I'm sorry. Can you imagine that Vladimir Putin can stop fighting unilaterally? You dream about this?
Surely, as the Russian president, if he wants fighting to stop, if he wants his forces not to target energy plants in Ukraine, he can absolutely do that, can't he? Surely he can do that.
Unilaterally. It was not unilaterally, only on the bilateral basis.
Look,
it's very simple.
I wonder what you think of the relationship between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. Why did Donald Trump late last night deny that Russia's demand to stop Western military aid into Ukraine came up in the call he had with Vladimir Putin? On Russia's readout, they talked about that demand to stop Western military aid into Ukraine. Donald Trump was asked about it last night on a news channel because it was missing from the US readout. And he denied that that came up in the call. What is the truth of that situation, do you think?
Oh, yeah, it's very simple. I already have been asked by many media about this, and I give full response in my Telegram channel, Logic Markova, about this. It's very simple. Donald Trump right and Putin tried right as well. Was Vladimir Putin asked to stop help because from Russian point of view, it's armament of Ukrainian army. It's a supplying of Ukrainian army, but not help to Ukraine. It's very simple. Vladimir Putin asked that one of the conditions should be stopping of supplying of Ukrainian army by armament from Western countries. But
yes,
not help.
And Donald Trump late last night denied that came up in the telephone call between the pair. He said they did not discuss that request by Russia.
No, he told that they didn't discuss the request about stopping of help. But nevertheless, they discussed stopping of armament of Ukrainian army as one of the conditions.
Perhaps we'll struggle to get that one.
A different political language, because we see reality differently. From your point of view, Ukraine is an independent country. From our point of view, Ukraine is neo-colony, and Ukrainian army is proxy army of Western coalition.
Okay. Sergei Markov, all this toing and froing between the USA speaking to Russia and then the USA speaking to Ukraine, isn't the best idea now for Ukraine to come directly to the negotiating table?
Yes, of course. It's exactly what Vladimir Putin suggested to Ukrainian leadership already all these 3 years. But in Stockholm, Ukrainian side stopped any negotiation. And after this, Vladimir Zelensky made special law which prohibited negotiation with Russia.
Hang on. President Zelensky has repeatedly asked to be able to be present at the negotiating table. He said it on a number of occasions, and again last night as well. He's asked to be at the negotiating table. So Vladimir Putin, Russia does not have a problem with that. Neither does Zelensky. So we assume it is Donald Trump who has a problem with Zelensky being at the negotiating table, directly negotiating with Russia and the USA.
He personally made the law about prohibition negotiation with Vladimir Putin. Either he is crazy or he is a liar. Both reasons is enough not to invite him to negotiation table.
Okay, let's finish on a clear point. Again, we've heard today from President Zelensky that Ukraine's ready to implement a limited energy and infrastructure ceasefire. Will Russia commit to the same?
Yes, Russia agree to stop this attacking against energy and infrastructural objects. But of course, it should be also should have a technical decision about control of this, I would say, limited ceasefire. Frankly speaking, absolute majority in Russian society absolutely sure that this ceasefire also will be violated by Ukrainian regime. And after this violation of Ukrainian regime, all Western leaders will lie every day.